Oh, do you want to say your name?
Yeah, Mindy King.
Mindy, and I heard you live in the building, is that right?
Resident.
Can you tell me what happened?
Well, for one, my apartment faces the front. My son's,
This way.
Yeah, my son's bedroom window is on this side. And Red Hat guy here is a streamer who gets paid money for rage baiting people, and he's physically violent, and he got trespassed from ICE. He can't be within 200 feet of the processing center.
And that's why he's
lands
here.
Him under my child's window.
Got it.
So the first night I heard him right there, you got it? Awesome, thank you. Let me do this real quick.
Yep.
I gotta do one thing. Do a little walk.
Yep. Oh. She just dragged that dog.
So that lands him there. I don't remember what I was saying, but that lands him there, and he likes to rage bait, and he has caused so much violence that he's 200 feet, and he continues to do that. In fact, when he'd been trespassed, I witnessed a fight that he and his friend with the long hair came and assaulted a couple people. I watched that. I had called 911 like 5 nights in a row. I've lived here for 10 years now. I have been through this protest since June when it started. I've been through the ones in 2017, I want to say, 2018,
wow.
the first Occupy ICE.
You've been dealing with this for a long time. And everybody's now gathering under your...
Yes.
On both sides.
And it's not, but that's not the issue. These protesters have been here all summer. I have never for one time been worried about my safety or my child's safety.
I see.
Since it started. And honestly, look at them. Like, it's not just that they're inflatables. They are harmless people. If you are just kind and minding your business, they're fine.
Right.
They're going to stand up for injustice. They're going to a fault almost. They might get a little heated. They might say some really unkind things. I don't know. There might be a incident or two of violence through them. There is always.
You mean this side?
Yeah. I mean, nobody can deny that in every group of people, there's going to be some that have issues. And that's
right.
all through every city, all through the United States. That's not the problem.
So what happened tonight with that side?
This is, he's been here every night for the last 2 weeks, and he comes because he lost his job, getting fired for what he's doing, and now he has no way to make money except for to stream rage bait.
I see.
And so he's getting paid a ton of money to stay right there, and they all think they're standing up for something, but it's my family who's being impacted. For the first time, after all we've been through, we've been gassed by the feds. Our entire complex from top to bottom was gassed.
Were you here Saturday when that happened?
Yeah, this Saturday. It was 2 weeks ago Saturday, yeah.
That was really bad.
It was terrible. But that is what we've been through, and now in addition to that, we have to deal with this crowd. Now, you see what's happening there? Baby sharks. How scary is that? Is anything bad happening? No. That's what's been happening all summer. Why now? Why this? Because it's propaganda. It's all propaganda. They take snippets of things, they make it sound like something else happened. It's ridiculous.
Is it fair to say you support free speech on all sides, but there's a limit to like the noise and like...
Do you know, I actually support free speech on every side. I've said to every single one of these people down here, I want you to express your views, your beliefs, your values, your political opinions as much as you want.
Right.
Just don't do it with violence. Why is the need for the big megaphone? No one else down here has ever used a megaphone to yell their beliefs and opinions over somebody trying to get them to change their mind, or like yell it in that I've never once seen that, but yet every night for the last 2 weeks and then some. And not only that, he knows my name because I came down here and talked to him. And so he knows. Also, I was going live on TikTok sometimes to let people document and see what's going on out here for real.
Right.
And with their own eyes, not my opinions. But I just let people stream, and he knows that. So he calls me by name now, and he has his followers all ready to get me canceled or some dramatic stuff. I'm a mom. I'm a single mom. thing for 10 years with no problem. And now all of a sudden we have this because he's so violent that ICE doesn't want him into their building, but yet he's now under my son's. And he has children. He says he has a wife. I asked him if he wanted this in his front yard, with his children in their rooms. And he, of course, what do you think he said? No. He said, okay, well, take your own voice and go to your own neighborhood like many of these people are doing. These are their neighborhoods. If it's not their neighborhood, it's their family members who have been kidnapped. It's their direct families that have been connected. It's either we live here and we see it, or families that have been connected. But instead we have this. We now have a growing MAGA camp, which, believe what you want to believe, I'm never going to try to convince somebody to change their beliefs. Why would I do that?
Right. We
are each individuals. There's plenty of room for everybody. Nobody has to be excluded. It's just fine. But if we can do it peacefully, kindly, respectfully, why not? Like, isn't that what it's supposed to be? It's not supposed to be violent and aggressive, and that's every tendency that I see in these people who come and rage bait is like the tendency I see in narcissists that I've dealt with my whole life. And now at 50 years old, I'm smart enough to identify it. I can see it from a mile away, and I'm telling you, that's manipulative behavior. And then why would you do that? Why can't you just speak your beliefs? I mean,
are you worried that the National Guard is going to escalate the violence out here?
No. Well, what I've heard and I'm hopeful of is that the Oregon National Guard is here to protect Oregon citizens.
So you welcome them?
Protesting.
Yeah.
I welcome them just like I welcome the Portland Police Bureau. They have also been respectful. Every time they've involved themselves when it's moved away from federal property, it's been respectful.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Some of them are rude and they're irritated about this whole thing and they need a little dog therapy or something. But they don't do nearly what the Immigration Customs Enforcement team does. I have watched that and been horrified time after time. It makes my stomach hurt.
Can you tell me a bit about what you saw?
The way they tackle people when they do go to arrest people, the things that they arrest them for, everything I've witnessed, it doesn't match up with the behaviors of what the protesters are doing. The response doesn't equate. Why would you tear gas an entire crowd of people when there isn't even anybody crossing the line except for maybe somebody put a stick over the line, or maybe they put a toe over the line? It seems like if you were high functioning, you could come up with another option for how you would deal with that instead of tear gassing or pushing a crowd of people down so far that you tear gas two complexes. How are they so inadequate that they tear gas two complexes? This whole city block and the one next to it, the Matisse.
Oh yeah, I was here that night. I had to run like 2 blocks that way.
And not only that, the Oregonian was there and they watched it. It didn't make sense to them either. That is what they do. They report. So this is here to cause me harm because I've been speaking up against it and they have an issue with that. This gentleman here has a lot to say about it. I've never talked to him except for tonight. But he is very opinionated about me, and I wonder where he got it from. Tommy won't shut his mouth about me. He sits and screams up my window. I hear him when I'm in there with my son doing dinner. I hear him say, "Mindy, are you?" I have it on video because I'm like, really? Are you harassing me that much? You're harassing me that much that you literally won't just let me have space. Fine, I realize. Okay, I can't make you leave. You're right. You have the right to be an asshat and sit there and do that, despite the fact that people are trying to ask you to just do, like, why couldn't it be right there? Or why couldn't it be down on the other side where as other people who have been banned from ICE go? Why does it have to be here? Other protesters who have been...
protest peaceful?
Absolutely, 100%.
Have you ever...
I have walked at night with my dog in and out, never been concerned. I come home at night. I go out in the middle of the night to go do things, and I come home and I've never once been concerned for my safety or the safety of my child.
So do you think the protests have been peaceful on the ICE, with the ICE detention?
No, the violence comes from two things. The violent extremists, those who come literally to antagonize something and they're yelling and which side they're on, it doesn't matter.
Do you mean is that what people call Antifa?
No. Antifa and anti-fascist, like really, doesn't that make sense? Like Antifa,
right. Some people say it's just that, right?
It's not some people. Antifa's not a group. a belief. It's something that comes from within. I'm anti-fascist, and I think actually Tommy Boy explained that he was anti-fascist.
I see.
He thinks Antifa uses the name to make themselves. He said to make himself look anti-fascist, but they're fascist, and he's anti-fascist. I don't understand that logic. They're calling them a group like it's some kind of organized something. These are community members who feel terribly for the people who have been kidnapped into unmarked cars with masked men with unnamed faces, unnamed places for unknown amounts of time. What would you do if your family member were whisked away in a van and you weren't to hear from them? What would you do? No, I mean, literally, what would you do? And then you go to the police and they don't do anything because that's a group that's allowed to do that? Like, what? Of course, why wouldn't you be here raging your heart out? I would.
So you think it's peaceful at the building, but yet how many peaceful buildings are boarded up with plywood? I would argue if they were protecting that building 24/7, that building would be destroyed like it was previously. Would you agree or disagree?
No, I might agree that I don't think putting, for me, if you want my opinion is it's plywood. Lots of businesses have to put plywood over there.
But you know they put plywood there because they broke all the fixtures. They broke every fixture.
Can I finish? That would be great. I personally think plywood is plywood. They literally do it to protect us, which I think is smart. When there's civil discourse, which I think we're allowed to have, and in fact, look at January 6th. You guys were civil discourse or was it?
Don't point me. I'm asking you a question.
Okay, you're very right. No, you're very right.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just saying.
What was your name one more time?
Mindy King.
Mindy.
I'm just saying.
Last question while I got you.
Yeah,
this is good.
What's your message for people at home who are trying to understand what's going on here? And they're at home. They're seeing two different sides. What's your message?
I would say listen to your gut. Come down here and witness. Actually see. If you can't come and physically be here, find a stream that limits the hate. I know I actively make sure one of the reasons I leave the comments off on my stream is I don't need hate raging around. I do want people to witness everything on their own and have their own beliefs.
So here's the question.
Wait, I'm going to finish with this gentleman and then we'll see if I have energy. Probably not, but we'll see.
I just want to show you a picture of the
tried.
peaceful protest.
But oh no, I was here the first couple of days. You don't have to show me anything. I've seen that. But now you're interrupting something that's supposed to be going on here. So if you could give me the time if you could just
violence.
give me the time to say
ahead.
this without interruption. So could you step over there so I could
I'm fine.
finish?
Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah, we can step.
No, I wasn't asking you. Can you repeat your question because I was going to be interrupted?
Yeah, no worries, Mindy. The question was, people at home don't understand what's going on because they're being fed two different sides of the story. Yeah.
Yes. So come during the day, during the evening. Don't come around 10. That's when the agents get really active for some reason. Around quiet time. That's not the best time, the safest time because conflict with the agents. They'll tear gas that. So we want to avoid that. But if you can't come because you live somewhere else, or because you can't leave your home for whatever reason, or you're worried, watch a live stream that's neutral. One of the reasons I don't put on my comments is I want it to be neutral. I want you to be able to have the conversations in your own homes with what you witnessed on your own. I only speak about what I see, what I hear, and what I did. That's it. I talk facts. I do sometimes share my opinion, but I also state this is just my opinion. I'm not asking you to believe it. But that's what I would say for the people who are really confused. Find a way to watch something that's neutral, that doesn't give an opinion. I think that would bring a lot of value to people.
Thank you so much, Mindy. I appreciate you talking.
Yeah,
Be safe.
I really
Have a good
appreciate
night.
the conversation.
Yeah.